I guess my opinion or my idea of a way to fix this championship format, and uh I guess to be realistic, they've already said it. They're not going to change the playoff format. No matter how much you hate it, love it, whatever it is, they're not going to get rid of some type of playoff style format. They want it for TV wants it, obviously. The manufacturers, they want it. The teams, I believe, they want it. It's not going to go anywhere. The sport wants it. It just is what it is. You got to live with the fact that we're going to have some type of championship format, money talks, bullshit walks, and that's just the way life goes sometimes. So you're going to have to live with that fact.
Hey everybody, this is Thomas from the Dega Boys channel, reminding you to hit the like button if you're enjoying what you're watching. If you want to see more great content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon as well to be notified of any future videos coming out. Thanks for watching. Now back to the video.
Does it need to be the way that it is now? No. Hell no. I think that, say what you will about Brian France and Mike Helen and all those guys back in 2003, 2004, when they decided to change it for the first time, they were on to something. They were on to something. A true way to crown a champion. And I agree with it, 100%. So, my thought process is, if you want to legitimize this championship, get rid of this manufacturing and still have entertainment all the way through to the end of the season and be able to continually attract people, first off, the car. But we're not getting a new car, obviously. We're stuck with Gen 7. But the car would fix a lot of things. Like I said, if we went to something like the Xfinity Series, which is basically the COT that everybody hated, I feel like me and Tom are in the 2% minority there that loved the COT. I loved it then. I still love it now. I think the COT was great, but maybe not the first iteration of it. More like the 2011, I think, when they put the spoiler back. 2010 was it? To 2013. That was the best racing we ever saw in NASCAR, and that's basically what the Xfinity cars are today, just with composite bodies. But if we go to something like that, that would be step one. But that's not going to happen either. So we got to throw that out the window. Way to fix it. The original chase format. Let's talk about that for a second, because I think the original chase format was it. I think that is the best way to do it. The 2004-2007 chase format. But the points the way that they're earned now, I think you can leave that. And the reason I say that is because it really wouldn't change much in the grand scheme of things, right? Because you're still earning the 40 points for a win. We're stuck with stage racing. It's not going away. And as much as we hate it or love it, whatever you guys' opinion is on it, it's not going away. So that, with the stage racing and the way that they've got it designed now, that would kind of eliminate the bonus points that you would get for your finishing position in the regular season. So you could take a win gives you 5, 10, playoff points, chase points, which I think we got to call it the chase again. That's just me. We're chasing the cup. We're not playoffing for the cup. We don't play race cars. We're chase for the cup. That simple. Use your wins in the regular season. If you're the points leader and you got 18 wins, 18 times 10, 18 times 5, whatever you want to do, that's how many playoff points you start off with. Your finishing position in the regular season, I think do something like that F1 points do. So if you win the regular season championship, you get 25. You get finished second, you get 18. You get 15 for third, all the way down to 10th gets 1. Make it where only the top 10 get into the championship chase for the playoffs, or chase for the championship, chase for the cup. Make it the top 10. I don't care if you finish third in points with 0 wins and you finished 11th with 19 wins. If you're not top 10 in points, you're not a championship contender. You might hate that. You might love it. I don't know. But I just feel like it should go to the top 10 best performing drivers of the season. It's that simple. It's that damn simple. You don't reward teams that, the only other sport that does what NASCAR does that I can think of is college basketball. College basketball, regular season really doesn't matter in that entire sport at all. It's zero. That is the least most important sport for the regular season, because I believe if you win your conference tournament championship, you end up getting an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. You could be 0-30 something at the end of the regular season, but you win 3 games in a row right at the end in your conference title game or whatever, your conference tournament, you get an automatic bid. So you could be 40 going into the tournament. That's the only sport that clearly regular season doesn't matter. But that's the way they've designed it. And that's the way it's been for years and years and years and years. So they're not going to change that either. But NASCAR's never been a sport where mediocrity should be accepted. And I just went into a big spiel on mediocrity and fans accepting mediocrity. Well, it sounds like you guys aren't for mediocrity anymore. So let's get rid of mediocrity. So top 10 at points at the end of the season, no matter how many race wins you got, whatever it is, that's your championship. 10 for the chase for the cup. You start off with, you could still reward a point for stage wins. You could still reward 5, even 10 points for a race win as your bonus points to start the playoffs. Your championship points position should get rewarded points. So like if you finish 10th in points, you get 1 bonus point. If you finish first in points, you get 25. We'll do like what F1 does with their point system. I believe that people that lead the most laps in a race should get a bonus point. You lead a lap, you should get a bonus point. Shoot, give 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Make it an incentive. Fastest lap of the day should get a bonus point. Fastest pit stop during the race should get a bonus point. Like make it a team thing. Make it fun. Make it interesting at the end of the race. And those would count for like they do now, like just normal points throughout the season. Bonus points are rewarded for, let's say you lead the most laps, you get a playoff point for that, doing that. Win a stage, you get 1, win a race, get 5, 10 bonus points, whatever it may be. And then you reset the points between those 10 with their points position and all their bonus points added up. And then you just race them 10 races. Make Phoenix entertaining again. If Phoenix was just another one of the 10 championship races, nobody would care because it's just another element part of racing for the championship. And let natural elimination happen. There's nothing wrong with natural elimination. I mean, I think one year in the chase, we're going into like I can't remember what year it was, but there was like 2 races left. There was still 7 of the 10 chase guys still eligible to win the championship. 2 races left. After the race, it got down to like 2 or 3, but make every race important within that chase. Like make every single race important. Get rid of the win in your in crap. That is stupid. Harrison Burton's win at Daytona means less, in my opinion, for winning that race and being championship eligible than it would have been just him winning the race. The storyline wasn't, holy cow, Harrison Burton just won a race. This is an amazing moment. No, it turned into, oh, now he's in the championship format. Well, now he's going to get eliminated in the first round. So nobody cared that he won the race. Now it's, oh yeah, he's just a first race elimination. Didn't even care that he won a race. Make that important again. Make Chris Buescher's win at Watkins Glen important again. He wins a race. Make the racing important, not the championship. The championship should happen as an evolution through the season, but each race is its own story being told in an overarching book. Can you imagine buying a book and just reading the last 2 pages? That's what we have now. That's what we have. You don't know the story. You just know the finish. Why? Make the races more important. Make each race its own significant thing. I know this is unrealistic, and I don't think it should happen. But it gets to the point that, let's say you ran Kansas once a year. That Kansas race becomes a race that you can only win once a year. You're going to get 1 chance a year to win that Kansas race. I'm not saying we should only go to Kansas once, but I'm just saying, like, if you made each race that important, it would put more emphasis on getting those race wins and to be more special. Like, hey, I'm only going to get 1 chance to win Darlington every single year. Every single year. I'm going to race 10 years of my career. I'm going to get 10 chances to win Darlington at the top level. How much more important would that win be to those teams, those owners, those drivers, to the fans? I mean, that'd be a historic moment. It'd be like, hey, finally wins Darlington. It's eluded him 8 years in a row. Finally wins it, I just make the races more important, and that's how you do it. You simplify the championship format. You get rid of winning you're in. It shouldn't be tied to championship at all. I don't care if you go the entire... One of the best Truck Series seasons was the year Crafton won it. How many wins did he have that year? 0. But you know what was good about that season is Crafton was a top 5 truck damn near every freaking race, just never won one. Wins the championship. What a story, dude. What a freaking story that was. Yes, he never won any of those little battles or anything throughout the season, but he just found ways to be consistent and won the championship. Jack Kenseth won a championship with 1 race win. I mean, this is pre-chase era, but you get what I'm saying. Make each race more important. Make it more special. and make the championship a long story that's drawn out throughout the season. And people are going to be more compelled to that because knowing, hey, my driver's 42 points behind going into the playoffs. He's still eligible, still got a chance. Let's say he gets hot at the right time, man. Gets hot right at the right time. Maybe he picks up 5, 6 top 5s in a row. Right there at the first 6, 7, 8 races in the championship. And goes into the Martinsville now as a semifinal. And he's 32 points behind. He's still mathematically eligible. And he just somehow miraculously wins that race and leads the most laps, wins a stage here and there. Holy cow. Going into the final race, we're within 10 points. Wow, you win a stage here, you win a stage there, maybe you lead a lap here, fastest lap at the end of the day, you end up third, and you end up winning the championship. I mean, those would be just some crazy storytelling scenarios where every lap of every race is going to matter so much more. Instead of having, Logano and Reddick win the first 2 races of the round, Reddick didn't even show up to Martinsville to race. He had no incentive to. The team just didn't even show up to race. They just were there. They were just there. Logano wins Vegas. He just shows up. He's just there. He's not even racing. That's not how you crown a champion, man. You got to show up every race. Every lap matters. The battle for 13th is more compelling now. How could you hate that? How could you hate that as a racing fan? How could you hate a battle for 13th being compelling? You see it in F1. You see guys battle last week, or was it 2 weekends ago, where Max Verstappen got that penalty. Every pass that he made from 10th to 9th to 8th to 7th by the end of that race was just that important. It was that important, especially with how much Lando Norris is closing at the end of this season. Earlier this year in IndyCar, Will Power every week was cutting that gap down on Palou. It was just, he was finding results. He wins the race at Portland, gets all max points there. Palou finishes second. Not winning that race for Palou and Power winning it gained him like 2 spots in the points, got him up to second. It looked like he was going to have a chance. And then Palou has his issues with the hybrid issue, or the hybrid issue at Milwaukee was. And in race number 1, he ends up losing multiple laps at the beginning of the race. Now Will Power, he's sitting there like, holy cow, I could shrink the gap even more. And then it's compelling now because now you're watching Palou and watching to see how many guys drop out of the race to see if Palou can gain spots on track and get back into it. You're watching Will Power to see if he can lead the most laps for the bonus points, see if he can stay up front and win this race and close it down. And then he has his issues, and then you're like, oh, it's coming back to Palou. It's like, that's compelling, dude. And then you have McLaughlin wins the race, and you're happy that McLaughlin won the race. You're like, wow, now he's up to third in points. But we got the championship drama here and there, and we're focusing on 14th at the end of the race instead of focusing on just the one leader way out in front of everybody. How could you hate that? How could you hate that? That is the most compelling, entertaining thing. I think the best example of this is go watch like the 24-hour Le Mans. Go watch Daytona Rolex 24. 24-hour race. Last year, we had 4 guys in the final hour competing for the JTP win. How is that not entertaining? At 24-hour Le Mans, we had 5 different cars still with a realistic chance in the final 2 hours to win the 24-hour Le Mans in the same class. And that's not including the GT3 classes. That's not including. It just happened naturally. Unbelievable, right? They didn't have to manufacture shit. I mean, we'll talk. Well, the Rolex, they did manufacture the ending, but you know what I mean. They let it happen, and it was beautiful, magical, beautiful stuff, man. That's racing. That's what it's all about. It's not manufacturing anything. You're just letting it play out, letting it happen. And it's beautiful. And then you can look back on it years later and be like, that was incredible. How did that happen? How did that happen? What? Wasn't somebody up in the NASCAR booth just manufacturing stuff? And this is my reasoning, is why I think a lot of people have gotten turned off by NASCAR, because it just seems like they're trying too hard to manufacture this stuff. We have inconsistent finishes, inconsistent calls on track, penalties that are here and there. They have race manufacturing. With this format that I explained with the original chase, it's that simple. It's really that simple. Top 10 in points. It's literally that simple. And your bonus points are the points you're in through race wins and stage wins, fast lap, whatever it may be, whatever other bonus points you want to add, which I think the fastest lap of the day should be a bonus point. I love that. I hate the F1's taken away. I think leading the most laps should be bonus points. Leading a lap should be a bonus point. I mean, just all these little bonus points you can earn throughout the year, making every lap of every race that more important. Trying to lead 72 laps because the next guy's led 71. You can lead just one more lap than him, and then you get the most laps led. You get a bonus point. Boom. Makes it so much more important every lap, every race. And you're going to hate it because Hung Money's not going to be another championship. You see what I'm saying? It's just let it happen naturally, man. Let it be fun. Let it be entertaining. That's the easiest fix. I know nobody cares. Nobody's going to listen to it, but I know that the 10 race chase for the cup with natural elimination, you've already got your route to bonus points already provided. All that's already figured out into the system now. We're not getting rid of, obviously. So just use it. Use it to your advantage. Make it entertaining. People are going to tune in. People are going to tune in. Most people nowadays just watch the start of a race and then watch the end of a race. Now, holy cow, man. People would be entertained to watch the entire race. See how their favorite driver can lead every lap. How they can lead the most laps. Maybe you run in 30th today. You're having a terrible race going on. 15 to go. Let's make a pit stop. Let's put some fresh tires on the damn thing. Let's go for the fast lap of the day. And while we're doing that, let's see if we can set the fastest pit stop of the day at the same time. So we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, we're going to have a terrible finish anyway. Why not try it? That's a bonus point. That's something to make your day still worth it. I don't know. I get into the weeds with this all night long, but that's my solution for this NASCAR playoffs. And I think it would be lovely, beautiful change, and it would be so compelling and natural, and it would be so much entertainment.